Good afternoon. I am Philip Telesford, the Minister for Health in Grenada. The meeting has been pretty good and the participation has been very stirring, and I believe that the meeting really was able to drive home some key points for us as a region. It underscored the importance of our collaboration as a region and for sharing of information, especially as it relates to the spreading of diseases and our response mechanism and all of that. What stood out most for me was the requirement to invest in areas of information and communication technology, in AI, in robotics, and telemedicine, and those critical areas. So innovation really has been the main subject of discussion for us, and how we can integrate as a region, utilize our resources for the greater good of the region. I would say the area that requires urgent attention and investment is really telemedicine, artificial intelligence, and robotics, because these are the new innovations, and the truth is, as a region, we have to find solutions to treat with our needs. As was said during the meeting, no one is coming to rescue or save us, really. We have to find ways and means of reaching remote areas of the population, and therefore the critical investments that are needed really are those investments that would enable us to reach segments of the population that is underserved for healthcare, because we recognize that if areas are underserved in a certain segment of the population, it means it can create an unpleasant situation for the entire population, because disease can spread quite easily. And if that happens, it can affect not just a small segment of a population, but it can affect the entire region. And so surveillance, reporting, investment in the technology, early screening and early response mechanism is really, really important for us. But I had the opportunity to visit the hospital, the laboratory, and a few key areas, and I believe what I've seen is really good. I've learned of the construction of new hospitals, and I think it's really good. The polyclinic that you have, I visited that also, and really and truly the investment that Guyana is making at this time is really transformative, and I believe it really speaks well, and it speaks of vision and foresight for your government and people. And really and truly, one must appreciate that if any nation has to grow, there must be significant investments in education and health, because if we do not invest properly in those two areas, regardless of what resources you have, you definitely is going to affect the population negatively. So it is important to invest in education as well as healthcare, and I believe this is what I have seen. I visited the Institute of Health Sciences also, and I think what I've seen there in terms of the range of programs being offered and the level of training that is happening, also I recognize that you also allow your students to study online and then come in to do the practicals, and that too is very innovative and useful, especially in a time when you're seeking population growth and development. So kudos to the government and people of Guyana. Well done.